I want to pause here for just a second because I keep saying that I think the Republicans should pass this bill even though it does not repeal Obamacare. And I don't think they can find their way to repealing Obamacare. I wish they could. If I thought there was a path forward to that outcome, I would be for it. But I don't think they can. And as I keep saying, Donald Trump is too unreliable as a conservative for us to lose the House and for us to lose support. You know, Dan Henninger in the Wall Street Journal today wrote this piece called "Should Trump Abandon the GOP?" Here's what he says. He says, in 2016, Donald Trump stood on debate stages and ran against a half dozen Republicans in the party's presidential primaries. He won. With his presidential victory came Republican control of the House and Senate, in part because of his coattails. After Senate Republicans this week failed to move a bill to repeal and replace Obamacare, Mr. Trump must be asking himself, why do I need these people? Most intriguing of all is the longer-term future of Mr. Trump's formal relationship with the Republican Party. After voters in 2018 reorder Congress, Mr. Trump can consolidate his base with a big infrastructure bill co-designed by Democrats and likely approved by independent voters. By then, the Republican opposition that tanked Obamacare reform will be irrelevant. And please hold the faux shock when Mr. Trump, a non-ideological pragmatist, entertains Chuck Schumer's Medicare for All as the final health care fix. In Mr. Trump's world, subcontractors come and go. The GOP shouldn't bother trying to collect for work done. This disorder could surface the possibility that dare not speak its name until now, a more centrist, Trumpian political party of the sort favored by Ivanka. And that is what I think conservatives should be trying to avoid. So you take the hit and you move the agenda forward, keep Trump in the Republican camp, because there's one, you know, Trump knows he doesn't have any friends. They asked him at a meeting if he was going to negotiate with Chuck Schumer. Here was his response.
Schumer says he'd like to come down and have all 100 senators come here to talk health care. Would you be willing to negotiate with all of them?
Got to find out if he's serious. He hasn't been serious. Obamacare is such a disaster, such a wreck, and he wants to try and save something that's really hurting a lot of people. It's hurting a lot of people. He'd have to be very, very serious. You know, he's done a lot of talking, bad talking, and he just doesn't seem like a serious person.
That is good Trump trolling Chuck Schumer, but we did have some bad Trump this morning. I will talk about that in a minute.